Moonshine Comedy.
Hi, I'm Benjamin McWilliams.
And I'm Sylvan. Welcome for the episode number 27 of Lost in Lithuania.
I thought it was 26.
No, now this is 27.
Now this is 27.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting confused. So before we start, we just want to make a couple quick announcements. Actually, I will be finally doing my solo show, Ben in Lithuania Lost and Not Found. It's basically all my 3+ years of experience here in Lithuania. It should be a great show. You should come check it out. It's in Vilnius, Kaunas, and Klaipėda. And then also...
Yes, and me and Rahul, the funny brown guy, we're having a showcase show here in Vilnius in K2 Comedy Club on April 9. So hope to see you there, and I guess we can also make the announcement about our weekly open mics. Right here in this location, Ben is the host, and he can say more details.
Yeah, so every single Thursday we have an open mic here. If you are here in Vilnius, you should come check us out. We let pretty much anyone on stage. It's pretty fun. It starts at 8 p.m. We even let this guy on stage.
We will get to that also.
We'll get to him in just a second.
He's not only an army guy, but he's also our newest comedian. So that will be one of the questions about that. So, and also every Tuesday, Bar Policlinica, 8:30, the show is hosted by me. It's free entrance with the pay what you can type of approach in both shows. So you have no excuse not to join us.
Yeah, it should be great. And so we had so many good reactions. So many people wanted to ask him more questions that we decided to get William back on. So I'm going to hand the microphone to him. And so we already know a bit about William. So he was in the military in the 1993. He came here, helped Lithuania become part of NATO. So William, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, I would want to start with how did you felt about the first episode? Maybe you received some reactions.
It was really
maybe.
a lot of fun and nostalgic. I enjoyed it. It's the first time I did a podcast, and I have to say thank you guys. It was great.
No, it's our pleasure. And I want to start before we go to the questions. Actually, one of the comments on YouTube that we received in the episode with you, actually the episode with the highest number of views. So
wow.
Thank you, William, for that.
Damn.
you are something else. Look, man. What a person said, I saw, it's talking about you, obviously not about us. I saw you when I was like a teenager, did not understand much, but everyone who was dressed like you was a hero.
Oh, wow. Thank you, whoever did that. That was so nice.
That's nice, yeah.
That is crazy. So, yeah, someone as a teenager remembered you.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Is it applicable, that thing that American troops that were helping Lithuania go into NATO and to, let's say, become more Western orientated? You guys felt that you are some kind of a saviors, maybe, or maybe that's a too big word, but did you feel that like that people was appreciative towards you?
Yeah, I did feel that. And before we get started tonight, I did want to say that 2 days ago we lost 4 American soldiers in Lithuania.
On the time of this recording, so this will be released on Monday.
Right, yeah. So, freedom is not free. And Lithuanians made a lot of sacrifices. You had your partisans, and then we had, the 13 that died in front of the TV tower, that were run over by Soviet tanks. And these 4 Americans came here as a result of Putin invading Ukraine. So we sent 30,000 American troops to Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia to deter any further aggression. And these 4 soldiers unfortunately had a training accident and passed away. So freedom's not free, but we got to keep going.
So I gotta ask, do you know anything that actually happened about it? Because we're reading about it in the news, or is it like classified? You can't tell.
No, it's these 4 soldiers were in an M88. That's a recovery vehicle. That it's basically like a tow truck. It picks up vehicles that are broken down. And it was night. They probably didn't have good visibility, and they ran off the road into a pond. And this vehicle submerged. I don't know if it was upright or inverted, but very difficult to get out of equipment like that when you're in water. And they're trying to recover the vehicle now, but probably, obviously, won't survive that.
Terrible tragedy. Well,
I didn't mean to start off on a negative note.
I mean, it is, but it wasn't foul play, so that's, that we know of right now. We can't confirm nor deny.
It was 6 kilometers from the Belarus border, so you never know.
You never really know. All right, so yeah, we talked a little bit. I know a lot of people wanted to get some of your like different opinions. I wrote some stuff, so we talked about what you liked about Lithuania, and I want to talk a little bit about more differences between now and before. And one of the things I've heard you say, you messaged me, you said that Lithuania was the wild east, like you called it the wild east in the 90s. So can you tell us a little bit about your experiences with that?
Sure. So at this time, Lithuania was a new democracy. They gained their independence in 1991, and they were just jumping into capitalism. As a matter of fact, when I first came to Lithuania, I was actually first in Ramstein, Germany. My commander told me that, if we get this right, Captain, these Lithuanians are going to be drinking Coca-Cola. They'll be in NATO buying American weapons, smoking Marlboro cigarettes, wearing Levi blue jeans, and so anything, they were really looking for Western products. So it was wide open.
What do you mean by wide open? Like,
if you were an entrepreneur, you had a good chance here to make business. As an Army officer, I had a side gig. I was bringing Jeeps and Corvettes and blue jeans. Even did some bootlegging some whiskey into Lithuania. We'll talk about that later. So it was. It was fun.
But it is happening because the people did not have access to the free market of the rest of the world.
Exactly.
So that's why there was a need of products that you could not find in the Soviet Union. Like, for example, blue jeans now it's very common, but back in the day it would be like a hard to find product and even very expensive.
I would guess the Marlboro Lights, like no one really smokes Marlboros, they all vape now.
Yeah, so
Also the American vapes now.
The American vapes. I don't.
So just to
you said bootlegging then. So can you tell us a little bit about the bootlegging? I'd love to hear that story.
Even if it was like illegal, it's too much time passed. So now it's okay to admit it.
Yeah.
Or you can talk about a friend that did that, not you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was a friend.
A friend of yours. What that friend of yours did in 1996.
This guy, man. So I had an order for 5 containers of American whiskey. It was actually a Russian that was living here in Lithuania.
Okay, what kind of whiskey was it?
It was the cheapest watered down shit you could find.
Oh my God.
It didn't matter. It was American.
It was just American
I even
bad
put a
whiskey.
label on it, White House whiskey. I mean,
You wrote down White House whiskey?
Yeah, so...
I mean, your friend wrote down White House whiskey, the friend.
Yeah.
So
not you. Remember, not you. You are not part of this story. The
That's
friend
right.
of yours. Yeah.
So this order that I got was for 5 containers of American whiskey. So I put the deal together. I went to Kentucky, got the containers full. They're on their way. They're on the ship, and the Russian calls me and says, "Hey, Bill, the shipping document says American whiskey." I said, "Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, the customs, I have to declare that." And he goes, "The import tax will be like 50% on this. Can you change the documents?" I said, "Well, I can't change the documents." And
Your friend said to change the document.
My friend said, yeah. So I thought, and I said, here's what I can do. GNS, grain neutral spirits. I can change the bill of lading to that, and the rest is up to you. So anyhow, these 5 containers of whiskey got imported as gallons of navel syrup, 2% import tariff.
Oh my
So
God, that's
as a little
good one.
bootlegging, but yeah.
Oh, so then you would take. So they were into Jeeps and Corvettes.
Jeeps, Corvettes, Hummers, Lincoln Town Cars, stretch limos. I brought a couple of them over, a couple Cessna aircraft because they were replacing Russian aircraft with American. 2 containers of used blue jeans. I bought for $1 each. I took the Garunde mark, Garunde market? Garunde?
Where's Garunde?
Garunde, excuse me.
Where's
I have
Garunde?
no idea.
It's like a black market. At this time, man, you could buy like a AK-47, a grenade, a rocket launcher. It was crazy, right?
Garunde, you could buy it before.
It's still there. Actually, the market's still there. And
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I dropped 2 containers of used blue jeans, and we were just selling out of the container for $2 a piece, and we sold all these blue jeans like in one weekend.
Oh my gosh! There you go. If you wanted to make money in Lithuania,
the timing was perfect, like that.
Yeah, and this time,
need.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about because we hear it's much more corrupt than it is now. Can you explain the level of corruption in your opinions on it?
Ben, it was from the bottom up. I mean, the police were accepting bribes, customs officers, politicians, government officials. I mean, whatever you wanted, just put a couple $100 under the table and you got it done.
What do you mean by whatever you wanted?
Well, okay, starting from police. I was driving an American car with American numbers. I got pulled over all the time for speeding, drunk, whatever.
Difference.
Allegedly.
So police would stop me. Sir, it's big problem. You going too fast. You need protocol? I'm like, protocol? What do you mean?
Which means to do the paperwork.
Exactly. I said no.
So Silvio's well aware of this.
From Romania.
Anyhow, no, I don't need protocol. And you just basically you put $20 in your passport and just hand it to them, and you were on your way.
But that was happening in what year?
This is early 90s, 93 to 95. The corruption and the bribes kind of petered out in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Because let me tell you a story from 2019. As I was traveling back to Romania with some Moldovians, and one of them stayed more than the visa allowed. And we got stopped at the border. We were going by car, and at the border with Poland, we got stopped by police from Lithuania, and they checked our documents. They said, "Sir, you stayed too long. You need to come with us." And what happened? That guy put some money into his passport and gave it to the Lithuanian border police, and it was okay after that. But guess how much money he put in that document? €5.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
€5. I've seen it with my own eyes.
I've been overpaying all this time. Shit.
See, you learn.
The American paid way too much for his corruption. All right, so yeah, so this next point I want to say is, so we've talked a couple times on this podcast, we had an episode about the Moroze, Gopnik, the kind of shadier people, people who own the streets, even here in the Halasturgis, it was not safe to walk around. Did you experience any of this?
Just one time, it was a business dispute with who's now a good friend of mine, Ginteris. And we had a disagreement. It was a business transaction that wasn't going well. And basically it came down to threats. And I'm like, Ginteris, if you send your people to break my legs, I'm going to send my people to break your legs. We're both going to be sitting here with broken legs and nothing's going to get accomplished. Let's settle this. And we eventually did. And now we're still friends to this day. So
what?
So, but can you share a bit what was the business related, or it's?
I was shipping automobiles to him, and we had a disagreement on quality and price. It was something,
okay.
but we worked it out.
Okay. Who are the people? So I understand he was a little morose, so he'd send people to break your legs. But who were the people that you were going to send to break his legs?
I didn't have anybody. It was a bluff.
No, you did well. In Eastern Europe, you need to keep the appearances,
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm sending the whole U.S. Army on your neighborhood.
I've got the military behind my back.
I wouldn't break his legs. I'd just shoot him.
Well, there you go.
With a weapon from that Gerute market.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, yeah. So you would walk around the streets, yeah? Would you feel like it's a safe city during that time?
It was a little bit risky at that time. I remember once I was being followed by a Lithuanian car, and
was this while you were walking, or were you driving?
Excuse me, I was driving, and I kept making a left turn, a right turn, speeding up, and I thought, I'm definitely being followed. I can't lose this guy. And red light came up, and luckily, believe it or not, a Lithuanian police car pulled up next to my car, and I beat my horn. The police officer looked over, and I went like, I'm being followed like this. And the Lithuanian police kind of got the idea. So as the light turned green, we moved forward. Lithuanian police pulled behind the Lithuanian car, stopped him. He had a gun, so he was probably going to steal my car and rob me. So,
oh gosh,
yeah,
Lithuania, ladies and gentlemen.
this is early '90s.
But what car you was driving? It was a nice one, a more expensive one.
Corvette. I drove
there
from
you go.
Germany.
You
Yeah.
asked for it.
I know.
yeah, he's sitting there with a nice.
And what car was that guy driving? Maybe a Lada or some
Something
shit like that?
yeah.
Nah,
But he kept
man.
up with me, man. I don't know how he did it, but
Yeah, he used the full horsepower of that Lada just.
35 horsepower.
He was determined to get that car from you. So that would be that would be the scariest interaction, you would say?
No.
So we have the breaking legs, we have the car. What else do we got?
The scariest, as an American pilot, it was my dream to try to fly a Russian aircraft. So I went to the airport. I arranged to go for a flight in an Antonov AN-2. And 10 minutes in the flight, we lost a cylinder. The windshield's covered with oil, smoke in the cabin. I lowered the nose, reduced the power, had enough altitude to make it back to the airport. So it's like I got thousands of hours in American aircraft, and like 10 minutes in a Russian airplane, I crashed. So
Oh gosh.
that was scary. you know.
Russian quality aircraft,
It
I
was-
guess.
But it was an old one, or did
It
have
was
the
very old. It
public,
was an Antonov
inspection?
AN-2. It's a 9-cylinder radio engine, 1,000 horsepower, primitive instruments, primitive radios, very heavy and sluggish on the controls. I was flying over the Klaipėda-Vilnius highway, and cars were passing me up. You know, so that thing was. But the Lithuanians were actually using this as an airline. It was like an 18 to 20 passenger aircraft. And
Oh my gosh.
it was
Welcome
a
to
beast to fly,
Lithuanian
man. It was-
greatest airline. We crashed. No, I don't know. I can't do a Lithuanian accent. My girlfriend's like, "You're doing a Russian accent." No. Okay, so that's the scariest thing you've ever had. And all right, so we got scariest. What is the most wild experience? Like, you've already said the wild experience. Maybe something else. Like most wild experience here.
Maybe from that hotel.
Oh yeah,
with
the hotel. Okay.
If you don't know about which hotel we're talking about, check the first episode.
Okay, so this is Dragiste Hotel. It was an old Soviet hotel that foreigners had to stay in when they came to Lithuania. So when I checked into the hotel, went to the reception, the bellhop offered to take my bags up to my room. And on the way up on the elevator, we had conversation. First time in Lithuania? No, I've been here a few times. You like Lithuania? Yeah, it's a nice country. What about the women? I said, yeah, very elegant, very beautiful. So you like women? I said, yeah, okay. So anyhow, he brings my bags to my room. I gave him $1 tip, and thank you very much. 10 minutes later, there's a knock at my door. Open the door. It's the bellhop, and he's got Svetlana and Olga in one arm. And I said, can I help you guys? And he goes, you said you liked the woman. I bring you two.
Oh God.
So I said, come on in, man. We had a bottle of vodka. We partied all night. And that's all I want to say about that.
Oh gosh. This is a.
Leave in the comments what you think happened.
I mean, we could all. I can think about. I'll leave a comment after this. Okay, so that was wild. And then you also talked about a bit. We were talking how you with your wife. Of course, the prostitute thing was before your wife, right?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
No, sorry. So you and your wife, you would buy up land here. You would buy up apartments here in Vilnius and then sell them for you would buy them for super cheap, right?
It was amazing. In the early 90s, you could actually buy apartments in Old Town Vilnius for 10, 15,000. These same apartments now
wish I
are
could do it
selling
now.
for €1 million. So we would buy one apartment, sell it the next month with a 50,000 lita profit. That's about $20,000 profit. And we'd find another apartment, maybe 50 meters down the road. So here I am with a couch on my back, a television in one hand, and people are like, oh, this poor American guy walking down the street with a couch on his back. So we were just flipping apartments. We bought a farm 5 hectares on the lake, beautiful piece of property, $5,000. The guy wanted to go to America. He wanted to immigrate, and we bought this farm and beautiful on the lake for $5,000.
You can't get that now.
No,
Where is it now? Did you sell all the property?
No, I kept that one, so it's I don't know what it's worth now, but anyhow.
All right, party at the lake house.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for any other comments or questions. I know some people in the comment, because they looked at your military outfit and they said it was fake.
Wow, okay.
No, they're saying actually that it's old and some of the badges were at the
I'm very old.
Okay, but yeah, that's what I replied also, that he's retired, so that's why maybe the uniform is older, so... Okay.
All right, well, yeah, thank you very much, Willem. Anything else you want to say?
No, actually, I have something to say.
okay. You have
Because,
something to say.
The main thing, right? Because William was actually how we met you. Basically, you came in one of our open mics, and I was the host. I asked as a joke if someone from the crowd wants to go on stage, and you raised your hand, and now you've been on stage with us, like
It's
for,
a
what,
lot of
4 or
fun.
5
You guys
times?
got to try it. Moonshine Comedy. It is a blast, man.
There you go. That's all we needed.
Okay.
So what do you feel like? Because one time you told me that even though you've been like in situations in the army, the level of adrenaline that you have on stage are really different, but they are also very high. So what would you say to a person that never had the courage to try to do
Just
stand-up?
go for it. I mean, it's like the girl you didn't ask to dance. You know, you'll always regret not asking her and try it, but it's really fun. And you know, the people are very nice. If you're not that great or make mistakes, you know, it's not a problem.
See, we're nice.
There you go.
I'm about
Probably
to sneeze.
he means about the people in the crowd, not us.
Not us. We're not very nice.
Sveikata.
So wait, do you speak any Lithuanian?
I know the most important words. Ačiū, Sveikata, Skanos, Kaip tu gyveni, labas rytas, labas vakaras, and bunchine.
I don't know.
Did I say that?
No, buchine.
Kiss, how do you say?
Buchinese.
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 That's very
Of course,
important.
this guy wants to know. Kiss it. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank
it was
you,
a
Ben.
lot of fun.
Sylvia,
I'm going
thank
to
you.
take the mic, and then so we'll just make a couple announcements, guys. Thank you so much for catching in with us on Lost in Lithuania. So just to let you guys know, we try to do this every other week. If you guys have any suggestions, anything you want us to talk about, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are trying. We got a new microphone. We'll see how it works. And if more people would watch this podcast, we would have nice microphones like Joe Rogan. Yeah.
Yeah. We're
So
working
far,
on our Joe
we have
Rogan.
some Sony ones. We see. Subscribe, leave a donation, and we'll have nice microphones.
We now have buy me coffee. buy me a cup of
Okay.
coffee.
Really. Yeah. So buy us a coffee on that platform, and we'll have really nice microphones. Yeah.
Yeah, we get enough, and then we get enough. We'll get good equipment,
Yes.
and we'll be upgraded. But anyways, if you guys want to ever check out, so we do comedy here, stand-up comedy, Moonshine Comedy Vilnius. We have open mic here every single Thursday. Flow Bar, 8 p.m.
And every single Tuesday, Bar Policlinica, 8:30. And if you want to come as a comedian or as a person in the crowd, you're more than welcome. Send us a message. Yeah?
And then we also have both our special shows. You know, I have mine, Ben in Lithuania, Lost and Not Found.
And my show with Rahul is called The Lithuanian Dream. We don't call ourselves immigrants, we call ourselves expats. April 9, K2 Comedy Club.
All right.
See you there, and thank you, and
Okay,
subscribe.
guys, thank you very much. You guys have a good evening or good day.
Or
whatever.
good morning.